Whether you're shopping for accessories for your EV or someone you know that has an EV, we're going to give you a list of 10 useful accessories that would work with any EV. I'm Patrick.
I'm Liv.
We're the Electric Duo.
And let's go look at this amazing intro that was designed for us by Charging the Road. Let's go.
Liv surprised me with that. I didn't know she was going to talk about that.
Meaning to do that forever.
Yeah. So Murchie, our friend, Charging the Road, he made that intro for us. He's getting into that. He's been in the movie industry for a while, but he's getting into making those intros and that type of stuff. So we'll link to him down below. But you're here for the accessories, so we're going to talk about that. And the first thing that I would recommend for your EV or for somebody else, adapters. Now you may think like, well, I have a Tesla, so I don't need an adapter, but you may, because we got a whole bunch of different adapter things going on. And you know what? It's so expansive. We actually have another video that you should watch that's just on the adapters. The one thing I do want to emphasize is make sure it's by a reputable company and that it's UL certified. So an easy one to remember is Lectron. Lectron makes a lot of UL certified adapters. So they are the first to market to actually have it on Amazon, a UL 2252 Tesla NACS to CCS adapter. So that's the one for your supercharger use when you have a non-Tesla EV. So that's like the one that is the hot ticket. You know, I would definitely recommend that to somebody that does not have one. If they need a destination adapter, Electron makes one of those. And then again, like I said, if you have a Tesla or like right out in the driveway right now, we have a Hyundai Ioniq 9 that we're testing out, and it has the NACS port on it. But if I want to use CCS, I need an adapter. So we have adapters for those as well. Guess what? They're from Electron as well. They also make the J1772 to Tesla port adapter as well. So basically, if you see there's a common theme, Electron has been a major player in the industry. Ford and Chevy have both worked with them to provide adapters to their customers. So they're a trusted brand. There are some potential other brands that are out there, so we will update this video with links down below. Amphenol is working on their adapter. They got it certified, but it's not for sale yet. A to Z is working on certifying their adapter. But adapters just make it so that you have way more charging options. So that's going to be it for this video. Watch that other video and we'll go more in depth than that.
About adapters, yeah. If it's intimidating, if you don't know what they are, all the details, it's okay. It's understandable. That video will help you. Most of us don't know anything about this when we first get into EVs. Now, the next useful accessory is really simple, and it is just weatherproof rubber mats. And the reason for suggesting this accessory is because you're not going to go to gas stations. You're not going to go to the places where we typically have the opportunity to clean out our car that much. I found when I was going to get gas in my gas vehicle, I would be sort of like dusting off my car a lot. I would have that opportunity,
or
right?
vacuum,
or vacuuming, yeah. But if you're charging at home, chances are you might want material on the inside of your vehicle that's just easier to take care of. That's not that fabric. So I love the rubber floor mats. Now in our Equinox EV, we have mats from EVVita. In the Mach-E, we actually have the Ford weatherproof mats, but they're a lovely addition, and it's just so nice to not have to worry about your feet rubbing all over with mud or whatever on a fabric interior. So
especially like if you have a rally, because you got to get some mud on the outside, which means you're going to get it on the inside, and you just wash it off.
Easy peasy.
Yep. If you are like me, you like to capture footage of the road for safety reasons, like if somebody like cuts you off or anything like that, but also it can be nice to like pull some of that footage. So an easy way to do it, if you have a Tesla, you have a dash cam built in. For the rest of us, you can add a dash cam, and there are several easy ways to do that. Again, just like with the adapters, you know, you don't have to worry about safety certified, but you want to still go with reputable companies. And the reason for that is like, you know, they're the ones that are going to get the updates. They're the ones that have the better apps, you know, those type of things. So Viofo makes a ton of really good quality dash cams that you can put on the front and the rear of your car, and then power it off of like your 12 volt. You can wire it in and things like that. We won't get into all of that here, just as with the adapters, it can get very complicated. So Viofo is one brand. We have a Blackview in ours, and the really cool thing about that is I also have a Blackview battery, and it can connect to the cloud via LTE so that I can have it upload stuff in real time. And with the battery, it can stay connected for up to 36 hours without worrying about like wiring anything into the 12 volt and risking some type of issue with that. Very cool and very easy. The last one that I'm going to mention is FitCam X. They make dash cams for a lot of different vehicles, including the Equinox and the Mach-E and others, where you basically sort of replace like your rear camera plastic housing, and then it has like a built-in dash cam that looks really, really built in. The Mach-E, the job that they did with that, it looks really, really nice and fully integrated. The way the Equinox is, it looks like it's just attached to it, but still pretty integrated. So if you want a more seamless look, FitCam X is an excellent, excellent option. But dash cams are just really great additions, and they all usually have a micro SD card slot so that you can determine how much data storage you want to be able to have. It's really nice. We have like 128 gigabytes, which means I can drive a bunch. It'll overwrite itself, but like if I want to save stuff, I can tell it to save, and then I can pull it out and it's good to go.
And unfortunately, if you want to see the dash cam in use, we were hit in the parking lot at Disney when we were not in the vehicle, but because we were using the Blackview with the cloud storage, we were able to check in on the car. We literally saw on the camera that the car was shaking, so we booked it back over there. So that was really, really cool, really useful. Horrible situation, but if you would like to watch that and just see how helpful the dash cam was, you can do so up there.
And that's a good note because I had the forward-facing camera hooked up, but it hadn't hooked up the rear camera.
We just got it.
So I didn't catch the person hitting the car, but that goes to show it's like if you're trying to go like, oh, all I want is a forward-facing, it can be really nice to have one in each direction, forward and rear-facing, to catch those incidents. So anyways.
Yeah. Now, my next accessory is also focused on cleaning. I did not do, or keep your vehicle clean. I did not do this on purpose, but there's a lot of accessories that I like that are useful for keeping your EV clean. And this one is a windshield wiper. Now, we have one that has the liquid inside the handle, which is cool. So you can just have the handle with the liquid and you press the spray button and then you wipe your windshield. And then we actually just got a new one because I'm short that actually extends. And I really like that one. And then you just carry a spray bottle in your car, spritz, 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 and then it's easy to clean the windshield. And the reason for this is because, once again, we're not going to gas stations, and a lot of charging stations don't have windshield wipey thingies, right? So I found it really useful to carry our own, in part because we film and we want to have a nice clean windshield for you guys, but also just because it gets dirty. It gets dirty, and that's such a nice accessory to have, a simple, easy accessory.
And I want to use a pun here. It bugs me when we finished charging and we had to like stop into a gas station and pull up to a gas pump to clean the windshield. I'm like, So anyways, it bugs me.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Something else that I think is very, very useful is and I got a combo. So I'm going to combine these, a tire inflator / jump starter. So we'll start with the jump starter. First of all, you basically should not jump start like a gas car using your EV. I don't know about you, but I like being the good Samaritan that helps people out. So I would feel bad. And we actually had this happen a couple of times before I had this. People are like, hey, my car needs a jump start. And I'm like, I can't do that.
And we had it because I had an ICE vehicle for a while, my 98 RAV4. It was a 98 RAV4, so the battery died all the time. So you had to jump start me with this.
Yeah, and actually hers, it was one time the battery died in the garage, a single car garage. So you have to like push it out to be able to jump start it, but not with the little battery powered jump starter. You can just bring it into the garage, jump start it, and you're good to go. So first of all, that's very useful. Even if you have a gas car, I would recommend one of those. And then I found out they have like the combo. So it's also a tire inflator. And the tire inflator, before I had an EV, I wouldn't worry as much about proper inflation of my tires, but because it makes such a big difference with efficiency, I check it a lot more often than I used to. And of course, it displays on the screen, but like I actually adjust the tire pressure. Usually it loses, a little bit here and there. So it's very nice and easy. Like the Mach-E, ours came with one that's now like an option, but it's one of those that plugs into the 12 volt and then it has like a cable, and it's just a pain to like, drape that out of the car. We were testing a Mercedes EQE where I had to like really stretch it through the car to reach the 12 volt that was in the rear. But if it's battery powered, it's so nice. Like I can just like walk around and use it on whatever wheel, and it has a ton of power and can inflate the tire. And even if it's really low, it has enough power to do that. And then as an added bonus, I've used it to inflate the soccer ball, bicycle tires, whatever. It's like now I have this like very easy device that I can use for, inflating multiple purposes, but also the jump starter. Super cool, super easy, and it's like every car that we have is going to have one of these. So we have one in the Equinox and one in the Mach-E now.
Yeah, and actually that just reminded me of another accessory.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, it's something that we actually have in both cars, which is the spike and smashy thing to get out your window. This is not EV specific, but apparently it's just a recommended thing to have a way to get out of your vehicle if you need to.
And it's a dual purpose because it also has sort of like a letter opener, but for seat belts, so that you can like hook onto the seatbelt and cut it off in case you get into some type of accident and you can't get the seatbelt off. So
so now we have 11 useful accessories for any EV. But I'm transitioning now to what is apparently just going to be my theme for this entire video. It's another keep your EV clean, another trash thing, literally trash. So it's nice to have a place to put your trash because, what do you want to say it with me? We're not going to gas stations. So
we're not going to gas stations.
We're not going. Again, some charging stations do not have trash. This is something I brought up on occasion, and I've learned how expensive it can be to have a trash service. So, maybe it can be understandable, but either way, some charging stations don't have trash service. So you might find yourself not removing the trash from your car. So it's just really nice to have a trash receptacle, a trash holder. There are some that fit in the door, which I've heard are really, really nice. So they like literally in the side door. I don't know about you, but if you're opening a wrapper or whatever, I jam things wherever is closest to me. So it's nice to have something in the side door. There are also trash receptacles that sit behind the center console in a lot of EVs, and they fit just nicely there. And then I have seen people do the trash receptacles that clip on the back of the seat, which I don't personally like the look of because I don't want the floating trash. But you have 3 options for you. I think I'd pick the middle back personally. Yeah. Honestly, sometimes I end up just like jamming a plastic bag under the seat. So this sounds much better.
The next one, I'm going with all the like expensive stuff in mine, but portable EVSE, portable EV charger. And the way I look at it is, because I've had people go like, yeah, I never use mine. Mine's always there. And I'm like, yeah, like I haven't used the jack in my car. Actually, I don't have one in the Mach-E, but like in my gas car, I would go like 4 or 5 years at a time never using the jack. Did that mean I didn't want one in the car? No. So a portable charger is something like we haven't actually needed in our Mach-E when we're going up over 4 years now having a Mach-E. So haven't needed it, but there were a couple of times where like one time we were able to plug in a public garage. So that was nice. There was one time when we were on a road trip and there was a power outage that we at first thought was just the Electrify America station. And we're like, uh-oh, we're stuck. Maybe we could plug in somewhere, but the entire town was without power. But it was like, maybe situations like that, it could be very useful and handy to have it. And maybe you never, ever use it. So it's sort of, there's some relatively inexpensive ones. We'll link down to an Electron one down below that's, simple, easy. You can just toss it in. Ampere makes another one. They actually work with a lot of car manufacturers and supply their portable chargers as well. So there's some options. It's just nice to have. If you choose not to, you probably won't miss it. But if you do miss it, you'll be like, I remember that video where they recommended carrying a portable charger and I don't do it. And it used to come like with the Mach-E, and a lot of EVs used to always just come with it. Now, as they're trying to save costs, they don't include it and they want to charge you $500. And you can get one for a couple $100 off of Amazon. Make sure it's safety certified. If not, don't buy it. That's why we'll put the ones down below that are decent portable chargers.
I would never go without it, for sure. And I hate to say it, but I just thought of another thing, because you said when you jack up the vehicle.
Oh, the jack pads.
The jack pads. Would you like to share about the jack pads?
Yeah, this is something that's not necessarily EV specific, but I think it's a little bit more critical for EVs is you want to make sure that when somebody jacks your car up, that they do it in the proper location. And the jack pads that we can get like for the Mach-E and for other EVs, they basically make sure that like whatever jack you're using, if you put it on the jack pad, you're going to be able to jack up the car safely. And it doesn't happen often again, but we have seen like, I know somebody that they took their car because it had a low tire, low pressure in their tire. So they literally took it to a tire dealer and they're like, yeah, we'll take it off and we'll patch the tire for you. Well, when they jacked it, the car slipped off the jack and fell and they damaged their door. That's a little bit extreme, but I know that like anybody else, it's like if you're just like, oh, I got to, jack up my tire, you want to make sure it's in the right spot. So the jack pads will help you do that, help make sure that it's nice and secure when you're jacking up your EV. Just again, you may not need it, but if you do, you'll be like, I remember that video. I wish I would have those.
I think it's a really, really useful accessory. Another useful accessory, and this is not related to trash, woohoo! But it is kind of specific. So if you are curious or would like to create content while you drive, we hear from a lot of you guys that you're interested in filming about your EV, filming yourself driving, whatever it is. So something that we really love to use that is such a useful accessory is the suction mounts. We will, if you watch any of our road trip videos, that's how we film all of them, is that we have a mount that suctions onto the windshield and then faces us, and then one that if we have a glass roof, suctions onto the glass roof and faces outwards, or we sort of find another way, we do it on the windshield and face outwards.
The side window.
The side window. But these specific ones have lasted us for a very long time. They're really lovely. And the whole attachment system that you use, the quick release thing, is, I don't remember what it's called, but basically...
It's from Ulanzi.
Ulanzi makes like a bunch of really good sort of low budget, awesome creator tool stuff. We'll list some of our favorites down below, which obviously not all related to automotive or like being in the car, but these specifically are great because I don't know if you've ever like mounted a camera, like some of them like have these, twisty things, or you have to take the whole thing apart. These literally have like a press button and then you just twist and release, which is so nice. It's literally, we could show you guys right now. It's on the tripod right now, but it is really, 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 really helpful when you are moving in a car, and you want to adjust something for the driver, not the driver doing this, or if you are stationary and you're setting things up, it just makes it really easy to do. So if you're interested in creating content, yay, do it. It's super fun. And that could be a really useful tool for you.
Yeah, and we're including this a little bit in the EV accessories, but it's like people have asked us about this, so like that's related to sort of like the next category or whatever, and that's like our Peak phone cases, and they also make a lot of other stuff to make it easy to mount in the car as well. But this little square here, it's first of all, it's magnetic around it, but that can actually clip onto their mount, so then you could mount in the car. The little loop is really cool because you can stick your hand out the window with your phone and not worry about dropping the phone. So not really truly an EV accessory, but we're, indulge us. These are really cool. We love these cases. Mine's out of stock this is the new Pixel 10 and I don't have it. And whoop. Oh. See, almost dropped it.
Yeah, I got the Clarino leather. I decided to try that, so I was able to get mine, but his isn't around. Thank you. Peak sent us to these because literally we've been buying Peak for like, Peak sent us to these. Peak sent these to us because we have been using Peak for years. Yeah.
Yep.
And then, they heard us sing the praises and we're like, here, have one. honestly, I use this all the time, like sticking my hand out the window. So it is super, super useful. Oh, and then the next thing is my thing.
Yeah. You can...
So we're really going on tangents here, but like, I don't know about you guys. I always have water with me always. This was literally from Ford. They did like a Blue Cruise Summer thing, and you just did a hashtag Blue Cruise Summer and posted some content. And then they sent these out to a bunch of people. And I am really, really into these because they lock. They are small enough on the bottom to fit in your car holder, and pretty much all of them except like one Mazda that we tried that I was upset with, but that was gas anyways.
The Ioniq 9, it was a little bit too big.
Yeah, the Ioniq 9 was a little wobbly, but I love this thing, and it locks and it's sippy. So this is a Brumate. You can get a Brumate that's not Ford branded. They just branded it, but I absolutely love this. And this goes into every vehicle that we in, and it's sort of like my testing thing. Can you see how big that is? So it'll be like, well, can it handle my meh? Which is, it's sort of like a Stanley Cup, you know, like everyone has a Stanley Cup now or something like that. But I think it's a really interesting thing to test because not all vehicles can handle this, but I love it. So on that note, this was 12 useful accessories for
like that.
any EV. Yeah.
And if you count all the adapters,
Oh, even.
watch that video.
And chargers and EVSCs, yeah, portable chargers. There's so much. I'm sure that you guys have other products that you love in your EV or just your car in general. So do feel free to share your knowledge down below. Let people know what you love and what you use. I know a lot of people who have amazing, cool additions like steering wheel covers and cool scent things or whatever. So let us know. Let us know your favorite things. And shall we head out?
Yep.
All right. So hopefully this video was helpful. If there's anything else that you'd like recommended, let us know too. A huge thank you to our patrons for their support of us on this channel. Their names are scrolling across the screen right now.
I'm going to do the same thing that I did the last video. Something that is an EV accessory, t-shirts.
T-shirts.
Now, this is Electric Duo. You probably don't necessarily want that. If you have a Mach-E, you might like the Electric Pony shirt. But we are expanding. We have some Equinox shirts. We have one that's like stay charged and always be charging. And Liv literally yesterday was working on other ones. So check our shop. I think it's shop.theelectricduo.com.
Yeah.
And we'll have EV related shirts because you got to have an EV related shirt.
It's super fun. Yeah, we've honestly actually made shirts for, I don't know, 12 years or something, as long as we've known each other. Yeah, well, no, I have before that. I was a sportswear artist for years. So this was a natural transition to start making shirts about electric vehicles, and we've been doing that for years. So it's really hard to like share how much stuff there is out there that we have, but we just make the things that we want to wear. So if there's anything that you want to wear related to your EV, then let us know and we'd probably be happy to make it. The one I'm doing now is based on adventure. And it was your idea, so it's a great idea.
Yeah, I've been trying to think of, and if you have t-shirt ideas, let us know.
Yeah.
And we'll give you a discount code or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, should we put the discount code again?
We should do a different discount code. So this one will be, no, we'll just do it. Electric Pony, 5% off.
The same one. Were you going to try know what video it was in?
Yeah, and I'm like, nope, that's just too much work.
It could be Pony Electric.
Nope,
okay, no. Anyways, on that note, we should get out of here. Thanks so much for joining us for this video. Let us know your thoughts down below. And just remember that whatever you drive, whether it has an accessory in it or if it's absolutely bare bones, whatever, enjoy the ride.
Even if you have to walk.
Enjoy the walk. Bye.